It's a natural conclusion to think that you should be wearing an athletic cup when you're doing a combat sport like Jiu-Jitsu. But there's more to consider when it comes to wearing a cup for Jiu-Jitsu. So let's go over a list of considerations that we should have before deciding whether or not we should be wearing a cup for Jiu-Jitsu. The first thing to consider is that Jiu-Jitsu competitions, by and large, do not allow you to use an athletic cup. So if you're not allowed to use it in competition, then why would you train in a way that's dissimilar from your competition settings? After all, you want your movements and the feel of your training to as closely mimic the way that competition day will feel. Now, if you're training Jiu-Jitsu in a rule set that allows you to wear a cup, or you're training for MMA, which requires a cup, then you can ignore this consideration. I've heard some pretty gnarly stories about people getting their junk caught on the edge of the hard plastic cup and it causing pretty significant damage. Probably more than if they just got hit there in the first place. I'm not saying this is likely, but it is something that can happen. If you're wearing it properly and you have a good quality athletic cup, then this is probably not going to be an issue. But if you're not going to put a lot of effort into selecting the right one and learning how to wear it properly, then probably avoiding a cup altogether is a better idea. The next two considerations kind of go together. Hard cups focus weight and pressure into your training partners. This can really make your partners quite uncomfortable if you're not adjusting for the fact that you're wearing a cup. Another thing to keep in mind is that a hard cup can serve as a fulcrum, and this can really increase braking pressure on joint locks. Now, don't get me wrong, I also don't want to be triangled by a guy who's wearing a cup, but the biggest difference is having a fulcrum on a joint is pretty powerful, and if you're not paying attention, it can be significantly more dangerous. So now with that overwhelmingly negative list of considerations out of the way, you might be wondering if there's an option that can offer you some protection that isn't going to come with all of these cons. Nothing replaces the protective value of an athletic cup. However, not getting hit there in the first place is definitely a viable option. The first of which is getting things up and out of the way. My personal favorite is wearing compression shorts, but even wearing tighter fitting underwear like briefs and boxer briefs will make a big difference if you usually wear loose boxers. Another thing that you can do is have more body awareness. Better body awareness will help you to avoid the situations where accidents can happen in the first place. Another thing that you could do is pay more attention to your fundamental positioning. If you have good fundamental positioning, the likelihood of having those accidents happen goes way down. And the last thing that you could do is avoid uncontrolled training partners. I don't know about you guys, but there's really only 2 or 3 people that have this kind of thing come up with me very frequently. So obviously the answer is just to avoid them, right? Not necessarily. Changing the way you roll with these training partners is often enough. It kind of goes back to maintaining good fundamental positioning. You could also just choose to play a top game where it's much less likely for you to get hit in the groin. I find that at this point, I get hit maybe once or twice a year in the groin, and it's usually just a glancing hit. In my opinion, that's not too bad for a combat sport, and I don't think that the dubious benefits of wearing a cup for those 1 or 2 glancing hits is worth the list of cons and the inconvenience of having one more piece of gear to wear. Now, there's an obvious caveat here. If you have any pre-existing injuries in that area and or your doctor has told you that you need to be wearing a cup, then by all means, wear a cup. Just be a good training partner and be aware of the fact that wearing a cup brings additional pressure, and be very careful with submitting people with joint locks that use the cup as a fulcrum. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you smash that like button. It really helps me out, and I will see you in the next video.